In today's video, I don't have a pun, so we're just going to be changing the diff fluid and transmission fluid in my Mazda Miata. What's up, everybody? I'm Randy. You're watching the 5.5 Garage, and today I will show you how to swap out the diff fluid and a transmission fluid in an NA Mazda Miata. Now, for those of you who may not know or have been following the channel, and you should be following the channel, I recently picked up a 1996 Mazda Miata. Now, the car is in pretty good shape. There's a lot of work that was done to it before, and this is just me going through the car and kind of getting it up to spec on what I normally have my cars. So I have already rebuilt the shifter and I replaced the shifter boot, and that was in a previous video. But in this video, I'm going to cover the transmission and diff fluid. Now, the car has about 159,000 miles on it. I don't know the maintenance history of the car, so I don't know when the trans fluid and the diff fluid got changed. So on my list of things that I need to get done before I really start modifying this car, diff fluid and transmission fluid's next on the list. So in doing my research, I read a lot of forums, and as any of you know, when you do a lot of research on multiple forums, there's a lot of opinions. So I decided fluid wise to go with some Redline MT90, and you're going to need 2 quarts of this for the transmission. And for the diff, I went with, again, Redline in the 7590. And you only need 1 quart of this. As well, you're going to need 23mm and 24mm sockets to get the fill and drain bolts off, as well as some kind of pumping device to get the fluid from the bottle into the car. As for a pumping device to get the fluid from the bottle into the car, I picked this one up on Amazon. I think I spent like $7 or $8 on it. You could probably pick one up from your local auto parts store as well. But if you're interested in this one, I will leave a link down in the description for you. So you got your fluids, you got a device to get the fluids from the bottle into the car. As well, you are going to need an oil drain pan, jack and jack stands, and I'm going to wear gloves because if you've never dealt with gear oil before, this stuff smells horrible. And you're not going to want to get this in your clothing or even on your skin. I mean, you can wash your hands off, but just because I don't want to deal with the smell anymore, I'm going to use gloves. So with that out of the way, let's get started. I got the car jacked up in the air, and I want to give a little PSA announcement. Make sure when you are jacking your car up, 1, you use some wheel chocks in front of the car to make sure it doesn't roll. And number 2, make sure to use jack stands. I can't tell you how many videos I have seen on people doing this exact same maintenance without using jack stands to hold the car up. All right, here we are under the car. This is the fill bolt, and this is the drain bolt. And what you want to do before you start is remove the fill bolt first. So if there's a situation where that is stripped and you can't open it, you don't want to drain this out and then not have a way of putting any kind of fluid back into the diff. And that one is a 23mm bolt. Let's hope I can get this off. And, oh, that was lucky. That came free without much hassle. Go ahead and remove that. It also makes it easier when you go to fill it to have, makes it easier to drain when you have this removed, so air can get in and help with the drainage. All right, and now the drain bolt is a 24mm. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to break this one loose and then try to unscrew the rest by hand if I can get it on there. All right, that one broke loose. And that looks like it has not been changed in forever. And as you can see, I got a little buildup of, looks to be a little bit of sludge. Looks like some little metal deposits in here. I'm gonna get a rag and clean this off. I've cleaned my bolts, and in that time I've let the fuel drain for a little while now. It's just little drips now, so I'm gonna go ahead, clean off the mating surface as best I can, and reinstall my drain bolt. And the torque spec on that, I believe it's anywhere from 29 to 39 foot-pounds. So you're gonna need a torque wrench. I have my torque wrench set to 29 foot-pounds. Go to 30. And there we go, 30 foot-pounds. Now that I got my drain bolt back on tight, you want to take your diff oil or gear oil, take your pump. Now, red line is the only one that does not have the red line balls is done a little bit differently, so you're not going to be able to get it all the way in there, but you can just hold it. And now we pump, and this diff requires a quart, which is this entire bottle. And you'll know when it's full because as you pump, it'll start coming out. And a little hint that I heard was to have your car with a nose down orientation on the jack stands, and it'll help in this process. Filled the diff, and I got the diff fully full now. Go ahead and screw back in my fill bolt. And try to clean this up as best I can. And then your fill bolt gets torqued to anywhere between 29 to 39 foot-pounds. I'm gonna use 30. Double check your bolts one more time. All right, and the rear end maintenance is done. Now to the transmission. Okay, here we are underneath the transmission, and I know that you guys can see it, but the first thing you want to try to remove is this square-headed plug right here, and this is the fill plug. Now, the reason why you want to remove that first is just like the diff full plug. You do not want to loosen the drain plug without getting this off first, because if this doesn't come off, you're going to be in for a bad time. So thankfully mine came loose. I had to use big friggin' ratchet. And then once you get it loose, you can use a 9/16 wrench and turn it and get it out. Show you guys that it does in fact turn. Oh, so yes, so that right there makes me happy. So I got my fill plug loose, and now then I can work on getting the drain plug out, and the drain plug is a 24 millimeter. All right. Bolt came loose fairly easy. Make sure you got your drain pan ready. Let it rip. And we got a little bit of, looks like we got some little shavings in there. I will clean this out while this drains. The fluid doesn't look, it doesn't look that bad. While you're letting this drain, remember to go ahead and remove the fill plug all the way. I just got mine started coming out and forgot to take it out all the way, and that'll help this drain. And my fill plug's not too bad. I'm gonna clean out whatever silver they use on the drain plug. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna let this drain for a minute, and I am going to clean these bolts. I went ahead and cleaned off my drain bolt, and now we'll reinstall this. The torque rating on this one is, I want to say, I believe it's like 22 to like 35 foot-pounds, maybe 22, 33, something like that. I'm gonna set mine for 25. All right. All right, 25 foot-pounds. And next comes the fun part. We get to try to fill it. Yep. Oh, it's leaking out, it's leaking out, it's leaking out. Okay. Take my fill plug, and I'm going to put a little bit of thread sealer on it, which is kind of hard to do underneath the car, but we will get it done. Got my thread sealer on, and we'll put the drain fill plug back in. When you go to tighten this back up, do not use the strength of a gorilla. It just needs to be in there and be snug. And I'm using a 9/16 wrench to tighten this back down. Snug, give it a quarter turn. And that's good. All right. Transmission service complete. All right, once you have double checked your torque settings on all your bolts and made sure that you screwed back in the fill plug with some thread sealer on it, go ahead, take the car off of the jack stands, and your transmission and diff maintenance is complete. So it's a little bit of work. It's not too bad. You just gotta have a little patience. If you don't have one of those pumps to pump the fluid into the diff and transmission, I highly recommend that you get one. It just makes the job just a lot easier than if you didn't have it. But hopefully you all learned something today, and if you did, leave me one of these. Hopefully you're really enjoying these videos in this Miata series, as well as the Mazda Speed 3 content that is already on the channel. If you are, make sure to click that subscribe button. Don't forget to click that little bell. There's a lot more Miata videos coming. There's some Mazda Speed videos coming. There may even be some Trailblazer videos coming. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm working on right now, and you're not going to want to miss that. So I got the car down. I'm going to let the car warm up, drive it around for a little bit, check for leaks, and then I am on to the next video that will be coming soon. So I'm gonna get started on that. Hopefully you all having a great day out there, and I will see you all next time.